Kid Craddock in the morning.
The Showbiz Top 5.
Hey, this is Kellie Rasberry with your Showbiz Top 5 for Friday. It's February the 20th. Now, first we hear she's 10 months behind on her mortgage payments, and now we hear that Octomom Nadia is looking at a $1.2 million mansion in California, 4 bedrooms, 4,000 square feet. Big price tag, but not quite big enough for a family with 14 children. But now that we've done a little bit more digging, we find out that maybe it's not the case that she's really seriously interested in that house. They were using it as more of a set for an interview she did with Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil wants us to know that he did not pay Nadia for this interview. The Oscars are this Sunday night. Las Vegas not allowed to place any odds on the potential or prospective winners, I guess you'd say, because of their gaming laws. But offshore betting does not have those same restrictions. And they say if you want to put your money on a sure thing, put it on Mickey Rourke for Best Actor, Kate Winslet for Best Actress, Penelope Cruz for Best Supporting Actress, and of course Heath Ledger for Best Supporting Actor. And they say the hands-down favorite for them as far as Best Picture would be Slumdog Millionaire. Jimmy Fallon's already had a couple of test shows under his belt, but he says, you know what, if you ask me to tonight, I am ready to step in and take over for Conan O'Brien, who's of course taking over for Jay Leno. Now, Jimmy's first show is March 2nd, and his first guest will be Robert De Niro. He said because partly it's his first and only choice. He is quintessential New York, but also he knows that Robert's a very tough interview. He says, you know what, I will jump right in the fire. It might be terrible, it might be great, it might be awful, but he's excited about it. So he's got a few more test shows with volunteer guests up until the day the show debuts, where they can kind of test things out, see how quick he is on his feet, and Rosie O'Donnell's been one of the volunteer celebrity interviews for that. Now, this is a huge story, and if you are a big fan of The Bachelor and you don't like things to be spoiled for you, well, you're going to have to fast forward through this part of the Showbiz Top 5 or put your fingers in your ears and cover your eyes. I don't know what you're going to have to do, but I got to do this story. And it's really shocking. I mean, when I read it, I was blown away. If this is really what happens, my heart is breaking in so many ways for this poor Melissa girl. But this is the deal, they say. Now, you know how they do the promo showing where Jason gets down on bended knee and proposes? You can't see the girl's face or her hair because, you know, Molly's blonde, Melissa's brunette, that would give it away. But you can see the girl's right hand and there's a pinky ring. And Melissa's the only one that's been wearing that. So, of course, you know, what a horrible mistake the producers made to let it slip like that. Not so. They want you to know that he picked Melissa, because this is where the shocking part comes in. You know how Deanna comes back and tells Jason, I made a huge mistake, I should have followed my heart, I want you to do the same? Well, we hear that Jason took those words to heart, and then after he'd already proposed to Melissa, he decided, you know what, I made a mistake, I should have picked Molly. And then at the reunion show, he tells Melissa, I can't do this, I've got to go with my heart, and I have to go with Molly. Isn't that horrible? I hope it's not true. It would be shocking and awful and terrible, but, I mean, I've got to watch and find out, don't you? Okay, you can turn the volume back up now. LA's ultra hip, star-studded fitness center. It's called FBE Holistic Health and Fitness. They've offered Jessica Simpson a lifetime membership. This is a big deal. This thing is $21,600 a year for a membership. They're offering her everything they have to offer: the on-site doctor who would personally supervise her diet, all the detox machines, some of which Madonna owns that are for her own personal use because she didn't want to pay $21,000 a year, I guess. But anyway, they say Jessica turned them down flat, not interested. A source says when she's in love and you know, not focused so much on the diet and the body, that she's just a happier person, that, you know, she's kind of upset with all the flack she's getting, but she's really okay with her size right now. And with Tony being in the off season, they've got more time to hang out in Texas and not in the much more fitness conscious LA. And she's just, you know, being lazier about it, eating out at restaurants and just kind of lying around enjoying her time with her man. So what you got to say about that? That's your Showbiz Top 5 for Friday.